Peace, family. It's Mr. Real Estate, Jay Morrison, and I've climbed my way out of poverty and prison to become a multi-millionaire real estate developer. But none of that matters now. It's all about my people. The black community needs unity, justice, and repair. So I moved my company from New York City all the way down to ATL so we can change the culture. It's the solution.
Peace, family. It's Jay Morrison, aka Young Malcolm. Today on the Solution series, I'm going to be introducing you to one of my mentors who brought me into the awakening of social consciousness and freedom fighting and activism, Sister Crystal Muhammad. I'm going to let her speak for herself, get to know her and her ideologies. But what's really important for us as we talk about the solution is that we research all the things that, and verify all the things that we hear coming in from different organizers and activism and freedom fighters. As I did my own research, as you see in the solution book that I wrote, How Africans in America Achieve Unity, Justice, and Repair, you will see the current condition of Black America or Africans in America, but you'll also see how the facts do show that we are still not liberated, we still don't have justice, and as we see in everyday America, in our ghettos and hoods and communities everywhere, we still don't have unity and repair. And so we're going to talk more about this because the goal of this series is to highlight and educate us on solutions, to inspire and motivate us, and give us a real blueprint and action steps for how we as Africans in America can achieve unity, justice, and repair. I look forward to you guys getting to speak with or get to see and hear from Sister Crystal Muhammad.
This is Sister Crystal Muhammad, National Chair of the New Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. We are a Black nationalist, Pan-African, revolutionary formation. We are continuing the great works of the previous formations that came before us. We have a lot to learn, and we have much more to do. I'm here in Atlanta to be in the audience to hear from some very great people who have been in the forefront of our movement, who we stand on the shoulders of. This is an event to honor the political prisoners. In particular, this event, we're going to be raising awareness about Baba Bowers, who is a political prisoner who has been in prison 12 years past his sentence time. Many Black Panthers are political prisoners that need to be released. We also have the honor and privilege to honor Baba Sekou Odinga, who was a political prisoner who was recently released. We also will be honoring Baba Herman Ferguson, and his queen is here. Hopefully you guys can get some footage on that. The bottom line is, as freedom fighters, we cannot forget about the brothers and sisters who are behind enemy lines in the concentration camps of the United States of America. They are political prisoners because they stood forward to do the work that needs to be done, to continue to be done, to truly obtain Black liberation, which we do not have to this present day. We are living in modern day slavery. The prisons are the plantations. The courthouses are the auction blocks. They have created the economic and social conditions to keep our people in bondage. We have had a Black man in the highest office, and our condition has gotten worse. So that's why we're here, because how can we move forward and not look and help to get out those freedom fighters who have gotten us to this point? Black power. The solutions for unity, justice, and repair of our people. That's going to take, okay, first of all, we have to acknowledge that we are in bondage. To continue to try to polish men on the plantation is not good enough. Just because they've let everybody in the house does not mean we're out of slavery. The 13th Amendment simply transformed the way slavery continued. The 14th Amendment took us from being individual slaves owned by individuals to being subjects of this government that is corrupt and wicked. We have to liberate ourselves by our own hands. No Abraham Lincoln, no civil rights movement is going to liberate our people. It's going to come by our own hands, and we have to stop tap dancing about what's really taking place. First of all, come out of denial. Second, we have to do some strategic organizing, planning, and hold accountability and put people in place. And third of all, we have to stop the disunity, the tribalism, the plantation politics that is keeping us divided. It's all hands on deck at this time.
This is Jay Morrison. I'm back with a little bonus, a special treat for us. Here I have a legend, Mama Ferguson, a legendary freedom fighter, lover of our people. Queen, would you please introduce yourself to the people?
All right, hello. I'm Mama Ferguson. My husband was Herman Ferguson. Now, both Herman and I have been in the struggle for freedom. I can't even know So let's say that well over 50 years we've been fighting and struggling. As far as political system is concerned, it has been uppermost in our struggle. And it's something that I feel very strongly about. The very fact that you and I are sitting here today, feeling very free to speak and the like, has only come about because of the fighting and the sacrifices of those brothers made in the years back. And then some of those brothers have been in prison for some 40 years. And they're not in prison for having shot anybody or killed anybody or whatever. They're in prison because they spoke out and fought and organized us to fight for freedom and equality. So wherever I go now, that's what I speak about. How do we free these brothers? How do we get Jaleel out of prison? He's been in prison, I don't know. They've been there 40 years. For what? I don't know.
Wow.
Russell Schultz. Well, Hayes, I think, is out. I have so many I can't remember right now. Veronda Bowers,
Right.
thank you. There's some more.
Oh, yeah. But that's
Anyway, yes, it's well over 50, it really is. And that's what we're here today, I think, to speak about, and to see that we can energize and organize you young people to fight for their freedom, to get them, not that being out here means freedom for us, but at least we don't have the bars in front of us. And we have an opportunity to speak to a broader audience. So I'm speaking here today for Russell, for Jaleel, and my other brothers who are still incarcerated and have been for over 30 years. And you cannot talk about any crime that they have committed, because I don't know any crime that they committed. So that's it, okay?
Thank you, Queen. Yeah. And so I just want to say, for my generation and for us that do have these limited but liberties that we do have here to build businesses, to be entrepreneurs, to speak openly. There were so many that have been, especially here in Black History Month, African History Month, there's so many that have sacrificed their freedom, their lives, their families, their comfortabilities for us to be able to be the stars and superstars that we are. So these are not people that were, killing or murdering people or doing those kind of things. They were just standing up for African people in America. They were standing up for Black people, for our people. And so it's important now that we have the social media age and Facebook and Instagram and these web series that we can bring on and honor those, but energize us to take action, to do petitions, to donate, and to really, the same way we honor guys who come from our street corners, who sold drugs in our block, but we hold them on pedestals for selling dope to our neighborhood and becoming drug and hood legends. There were people even before them who actually were fighting for our freedom, not destroying our community, but uplifting our community. It's important that we all support them as best as we can. That's why I'm able to be here today and do what I do, and why you guys are being able to watch this and enjoy this, is because of the fight and sacrifice of others. And we thank you for your sacrifice, and I look forward to learning more from you today.
I'm always very anxious to speak about our political prisoners, because those brothers and who used to be sisters, but I don't think we have any sisters in now, they have given up so much, and so much of their lives, and all because they were organized. That is an important word. Organized. If they were organized, then they became a threat, an enemy to our oppressors. And if you hear how organized that you have to do it on a very real scale and give our people something that they can organize around and help them to push forward to gain first of all the freedom of the brothers who are beyond bars, and a greater freedom and a more realistic freedom for ourselves. So I don't know what goes on the rest of the day.
We're going to make it happen. Black Love goes on the rest of the day. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is your bonus of the Solution Series, and we out. Peace. Hey family, it's Jay Morrison. This is Black History Now, African History Now. I'm sitting here with a legend, Mama Pam. She is going to speak to us about political prisoners. We're here at an event, camera, chance to get this. We're here at an event honoring political prisoners, those who are incarcerated, locked up, and lost their freedom, sacrificed their freedom for the liberation of our people, for justice, for equality, for you and I to be here today with the liberties that we have. So, Mama Pam, can you just talk about, just why you're here, what you've been doing in the movement, and what you represent, please?
Wonderful family. Let me properly introduce myself. My name is Pam Africa. I'm Minister of Confrontation for the Youth Organization and the family that was bombed by the good administration, a black mayor, bombed 11 men, women, and children. In 1978, the mayor was a white Italian racist, Hitler-spitting son of a gun, and attacked our home, 500 cops, and shot thousands of rounds of ammunition into our home, 10,000 pounds of water pressure, and the police officer was killed. No one in the Mood family, was murdered. Cop was killed by a cop's bullet. My family was 6 feet underground and facing the cop. The cop was shot in the back of the head with the bullet going down. My family is in jail for 30 to 100 years for a crime that most people know that they did not commit. And the reason why my family is in jail because we are committed, unstoppable freedom fighters, and our job is to take this system down by every means necessary. So, and also I'm the international chairperson of Uncompromised International Concerned Family and Friends which we have in Japan. And I do mean uncompromised. We understand there is nothing that we should be compromising within this system. The reason why we have a lot of problems that we have today is because people want to compromise. They don't want to take that step that is necessary to do the fight. And a lot of people want to pretend that they don't know what's going on. And that's not only with movies, that's with everything. Because when you pretend that you don't know what's going on, you think you have an excuse by saying, well, I really don't understand. Well, with modern technology today, there's no way that no one should be saying that they do not understand. And another thing I want to point out, in the Black History Museum, African American Museum in Washington, and one of the most infamous attacks on a black family, and was my family, where the police came in with every kind of weaponry, bombs, a C4 military explosive, dropped it on my family in the middle of a black, upper class road home, killing men, women, and children. And I want to point out, our children wasn't even in the house when we was first surrounded by the police. When the police saw our children come up, they lifted the barricade up, knowing that, and this was Mother's Day, 1985, and lifted the barricade up after surrounding our home, and allowed the children to come back into the house. They hadn't started the shooting, but their plan was already laid out. And also, we have attempted to charge them with the genocide of our family. Because the statute of limitation does not run out for murder. And of course, the courts, threw it out. But I'm saying we still persistent. Like I said, consistency is what we have to be about. Don't, if at first you don't succeed, you try and you try again until you knock these mother suckers down. Okay? And speaking about, I know that you're into hip hop as well. And I want to point out, and thank all the brothers and sisters in the hip hop community, for making Mia and other political prisoners a household name. I want to thank Chuck Lee. I want to thank Tumble Rumble. I want to thank Rage Against the Machine. I want to thank Brother Tahir and the hip hop artists that's been around since Mia's been here, since Moon's been here. I want to thank reports to find out exactly what's going on. This is why I say that there's no excuse for people saying that they don't know what's going on. People in colleges, and took their cameras and did documentaries on media. And I also want to say, very clearly that for people who say I don't know what to do, there's something that everyone can do. If you can make a stamp, mail a letter, if you can make a phone call, get on the internet, Twitter, whatever the media access is, what you're doing right now, is bringing attention to a situation. My family is in jail, and they matched their 30 to 100 years in prison. The reason why they were given 30 to 100 years, this goes back to the original administration, where they came out and attacked our home. We were home minding our business, when we were suddenly surrounded by cops and tanks coming down our street, bulldozers tearing down the home on top of our family. I want to tell people now too, Google August 8th confrontation. Google the May 13th, massacre. Google Mumia and Jamal, and you'll find evidence of innocence, factual innocence. You'll see the conspiracy. I'm not saying that, there's a whole lot of conspiracies going on here, but for people who want to get involved and for people who want to understand what is happening and how to consistently fight this government, some people, give up because, of jail. We had a bomb dropped on us, and we had the original administration in 78 come with thousands of pounds of ammunition, shooting, cops confessing on the stand, not stating on the stand that, in the basement where they had put 6 foot of water in it, they heard children crying. This is where they took deliberate aim and shot in that area where they heard the babies crying. But I say long live John Adams, that's our ordinance. This is new foul. I am a member of the family Africa. That's what people got to understand. We are a family of black people, predominantly black people, because we have Latinos in our organization. There are white people in our organization as well. But everyone in our organization, from the youngest child all the way up, is taught to fight this system. Everything that you have. We don't send our children to these schools, because these schools are the schools of the government. They don't teach your children to fight. They teach your children to accept, compromise. Accepting and compromising, and a lot of people don't get it. When you compromise your air, your water, your soul, you have compromised your life away. Because this is the necessity of life. You gotta have water to survive. You gotta have good food to survive. How is it that I don't know what the stores are here, that you have a health food store on one corner, and on the other corner you have Kroger's, and isn't all stores supposed to be health food stores? What the hell are we doing? That we accept health food on this corner and something else on the other corner. When we say we love our children, how can we accept Ritalin in the schools, a drug that is banned in Denmark, is banned in France, is banned all the way around the world, but this place of democracy, this place is supposed to be about loving these people, drug the babies from the time that they're little, it's a sin, and I like to say this too, because Easter is coming up, and it's coming up soon, and when people say that, Jesus Christ died for our sins, He died because of our sins, the sin of Adam, the sin of people that are standing by, watching this brother carry this cross up them steps, watching them beating, stoning, stabbing, then nailing to the cross. I'm like apathetically stood by and watched. When that confrontation happened with us in Powellton Village, when Rizzo send 500 cops down. You don't see in the media where the people rebelled as they were coming in with reinforcement. I'm talking about peace. I'm talking about predominantly black people because we was in a black neighborhood. We were surrounded by cowards, college students, professors and things. Broke down the barricade to get in between us and the cops. They seen then and they saw before them. That's why they was coming. The danger. Because when you have people from all walks of life is willing to get in between the government with rifles on the rooftop, high-powered weaponry, and all cop cars and bulldoze things out there, and the people break through, you gotta understand why. Why would people take and put their lives in between the government and us to come to try to protect us? They wasn't on their side. And you know, they were on our side because we set a good example that, you know, they don't want people to follow. We have been beat up, thrown in jail, and I myself had my leg broke, head split, teeth kicked down my throat, and we're still here. Because we understand this is something that they do every day. And you know, I'm saying the battle is like you say, from the cradle to the grave. John Africa instilled enough information in us, enough courage in us, and you know, to be an example. I'm saying, you know, all the children that was killed there, Rizzo said in 1978 after coming into our home, and shooting, attempting to kill, and one of their cops got killed. And he says, we can invade Cuba if we wanted to, and take Cuba out. Well, see, this dude was delusional right there. And because every government has tried to take Cuba out. Fidel Castro died in his home. He died in Europe. He died an uncompromising freedom fighter for all people. And you know, but the people, Rizzo died sitting on his toilet. A proper place for this man to die, you know? And the judge that, you know, that did wrong by Mumia, and I wanted to see that Mumia was killed. He's sitting in his electric chair and pushed the button all that, and he died in an electric chair. This is what he wanted to do to Mumia. Mama took this sucker's heart away from him, gave him the most pain that he could ever imagine. And when your heart attack you, you know how when you get a little gas up under there, the pain that you feel there, imagine. And see what I like about this, that wasn't the first time he had a heart attack. Mama just kept bringing them on. Each one got bigger than the other one. And finally he thought that they had society, thought he had whipped life. Mama took his behind right on out. And also a lot of people say, you know, they don't see a win here. And I'm saying the mere fact that we are able to be here, you're here, the brothers and sisters are here, and when you keep fighting, you don't lose, you win. And there is casualties. And let me tell you one thing. My brothers and sisters that was murdered on May 13th, and you know, we feel that. My brothers and sisters that was in the prison when they got the word that their children was murdered, a bomb dropped on them, they were burnt to death, they were shot to death. My sisters and brothers felt that, but they understood one thing: you gotta keep fighting. And this is what amazes this government. This is why after 30 years, when they were sentenced to 3100, they said, oh, we're not letting y'all out. You know, but it still won't stop anything, because inside that prison, it's people who want direction. And you know, people who are looking for an example of commitment, an example that no matter what they come at you with, you got to understand it, you got to keep fighting. This government's biggest fear that it put into people dying. When you come here, you got to go. But you choose how you want to go. And my family choose to stand there and fight this government toe to toe no matter what. And you know, I'm telling you, they thought it was the end of us in '78 when Rizzo did his thing, when he bragged. And when Wilson Good dropped the bomb, he thought, well, there they go. But the supporters that was around us, continued that fight. Because you cannot be around a good, righteous example and don't feel that power. They felt empowered to stand up there, and go after these people. And to expose them. And more people came around, because the MOVE organization is a Philadelphia-based organization. I mean, how many people knew about it? But the fight that continued, they got more brutal and brutal and brutal, to the point they went and got a military explosive, a C4 bomb that can only come from the military. And they show you what was being exposed is how deep this fight is against us. That they would drop a C4 bomb in the middle of a black neighborhood. If the wind, and this was according to court, if the wind had shifted just a little, that bomb would have went to the middle of the street and every man, woman, and child around there would have been murdered.
I want to say I thank you for all your inspiration and words and fight. It's ironic that recently I was on Fox News doing an interview, and so when the king out of Baton Rouge, his name was
Alex Sterling.
No, not Alex. Well, during the Alex Sterling protest, days after, someone took arms and murdered two police officers. Galvin Long, I believe it was.
Right.
Allegedly, someone murdered police. In that, he tweeted a quote of mine that said the American government is a hate group.
That's right.
They hate black people.
That's right.
So Fox News called me to interview and debate one of their anchors, another brother though, they got in front of me, and he asked, well, the American government's a hate group, why would you say that? And I said, well, the American government, we don't call it hate or antipathy, but if the American government, he said, well, give me some examples. And one of the examples I gave, besides COINTELPRO and the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombing, I gave an example of the Moon family bombing, which I was talked to or expressed to me by Sister Christian Muhammad, and I did my research on what your family went through, what our people went through, and it just shows for you all who believe that our fight for freedom is some kind of big, hairy conspiracy theory. These are real people, our people, who were bombed in Philadelphia by the U.S. government and sanctioned by the Philadelphia Police Department to kill women and children using C4 explosives and using water pressure and bullets. And so this is why we fight, just not for equal rights and civil rights, but for human rights, because it's been human rights violations on a mass level committed against our people for hundreds of years, and we are here to continue to fight. And as you said, Queen, we don't lose until we quit. As long as we continue to fight and be resilient, we never lose this battle and this struggle. But for those of you who are of African descent or not, understand that there is real oppression going on within our community. There has been and continues to be. There's real genocide going on, real human rights violations that are happening, such as the bombing of the Moon family and so many other recent murders and atrocities that we see. And it's just generations and generations of us continue to fight. And we thank you for all that you sacrifice and continue to sacrifice for us. We love you.
On the move. Long live John Africa. Long live revolution. Free all political prisoners.
Bring them out.
And down with this rotten system.
All right.